In this video, we'll be discussing how you can improve upon your existing game knowledge and become a better player by checking over your fundamentals. Siege is a hard game to play well, so if you want to improve, you'll need to take it one step at a time and make small adjustments. 1% mentality. Small daily improvements, 1% every day, builds up over time. And leaving a lot of gaps and things untouched eventually just fades out. Record your own gameplay or use Shadowplay-ish software to always go back and analyze certain situations. A mixture of playing, studying, or analyzing, or maybe even watching a bit of pro play depending on your desired level is always recommended. Create an environment for improvement, where you can be creative, have fun, and for most people, that depends on having a 5-stack and playing with friends. Maybe partake in tournaments or play random ranked strats. Either way, having fun and being creative is a guaranteed way to improve in Rainbow Six Siege. Having routine. My number one tip to newer players is to choose 3 to 4 different attackers and defenders and really get to learn them. If you know how to play them, you'll often understand how to play against them. Once you feel comfortable, pick 3 new operators, but keep one from the previous rotation. Either it could be your favorite operator of those, or it could be the one you felt the weakest on. And just keep building upon your arsenal. Recoil is harder to learn if you're trying too many guns at once, and gadgets can be hard to get used to in various situations if you're always changing your operator. If you want to learn a specific map, you can go into the matchmaking settings and select the maps you want to play in Terrorist on, and you'll only get those maps on repeat. This takes away maps you simply don't care about or that you already know quite well, and it gives you more uptime in the areas that you want to know more about. Attachments. I would personally recommend putting Flash Hider on the majority of your weapons as your starting point. Of course, personal preference is king, and you'd always want to use Muzzle Brake for DMRs, but a Flash Hider is a great starting point, and you can then figure out, is this for me or is this not for me, and then change it. For sensitivity, make sure you can do a 180-degree flick at the very least. This is your single biggest range of motion, unless you're trying to 360 no-scope people for disrespect. If your aim is very jittery, I would advise reducing your sensitivity, and if you're failing to hit the flicks, or if you're struggling with the fast movement of Rainbow Six Siege, I would then advise you to slightly increase your sensitivity and see if that helps. A good starting point for sensitivity, in my opinion, would be 800 DPI 6.6, which would be 400 DPI 12.12 on PC. If it's too slow, increase it 1 by 1, and if it's too fast, decrease it 1 by 1 until you feel comfortable. Lastly, remember that Siege is a very tricky game to get good at. If you're having a bad day, it's not necessary to change things up too much. Take a break, come back with a clear head, and try again. Don't get too comfortable. You don't want to never make changes because you never know what your perfect settings are. Even I, after all these hours, am still on the hunt for the perfect settings, mouse, and positions.